Welcome back, YouTube. This is like a continuation of that last pattern video I did. I really didn't like how that Browning was patterning. So FedEx was kind enough to bring me 2 new chokes on a Sunday morning. But I'm gonna go over the math and why I chose these chokes. And then we're gonna shoot them at 40 and 25 yards and see how they come out. So the Browning has a nominal bore size of 742. So just for numbers, we're gonna keep it just rounded off to 740. These are the actual measurements. So that IC was a 730, which is a 10 thousandths constriction. The mod's a 719, 21 thousandths. The full's a 705, which is a 35 thousandths. At the end of the video, I'm gonna show you a pretty inexpensive way where you can measure them and know exactly what you have instead of guessing. So I got to looking and I said, well, I want something tighter than the IC, but not as tight as the mod. Well, the difference between there is gonna be a 15 thousandths. So then I went and looked, who makes a 15 thousandths? I don't care what they call it, whether it's a mid-range, a long range, I just want 15 thousandths. And some of these manufacturers, there's no standards. Some of them have a mid-range at 15 thousandths, some are 30 thousandths, some are somewhere in between. So I come to Carlson and I looked and their Cremator, 725, gives me the 15 thousandths. The long range is a 715, and I measured all these, and that gives you a 25 thousandths constriction. You know, why didn't I not get the Bone Buster? It's made for bismuth. Again, hype. You buy the choke that works in your setup. So if you look, the mid-range is a 715, which is a 25 thousandths. Well, that's tighter than my modified. And oh, by the way, the constrictions are the same between the Cremator long range and the Bone Buster mid-range. And then, of course, the long range is tighter than my full, coming in at 700,000, giving me 40 thousandths constriction. So, and the added bonus was, I got 2 of those Cremators using my Cabela points for $2.19. So let's get to shooting. Okay, the first test we're gonna do is the Carlson's Cremator mid-range, followed by the long range. Both of them, we're gonna be shooting the Winchester bismuth, and when we go to the 25 yard, we're also gonna shoot the Boss. Let's go check them out. It's okay. We'll see how it looks at 25, because that's what we're looking for anyway. And long range. Not liking that one. Got big gaping holes. Oh yeah, I mean, this is just not the kind of pattern I'm looking for. Okay, we got everything moved up to 25. I saved my last 2 duck targets for this test. I'm gonna shoot the Cremator mid-range, Boss versus Winchester. Well, maybe it's just a 25 yard gun. It'll kill him. Yeah, I guess we could use that mid-range Cremator to about 30. All right, so here's a quick way to check your chokes without spending a whole lot of money. You know, best way with a 3 contact micrometer. You're gonna spend $600 to $1,200. And I've had this so long, I don't remember what it costs, but so you zero it out. You can adjust your dial if the zero's off. And you take your choke, and this is the inside tips right here. Put it in, and you gotta just rotate it back and forth, and it'll self-align, and then you read it. So this is the Cremator long range. It's supposed to be 715, which you got the 7 here, and then 15. So it's exactly what they said it was. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work that great with that Browning. So the Cremator mid-range was an improvement over the factory IC, which is what we were trying to do. And it realistically could shoot 30, maybe 35. But I tried a lot of different chokes and spent a lot of money on shells. I have not found anything that I would consider shooting that gun past 35. If I had to, I'd use the factory modified. That's why you test it. I don't care who makes it. It doesn't mean it's gonna work with the shells you're shooting and the gun you're shooting.